Of that legendary show, and tonight's topic is this version of the Adams Family will be dope. Um, a lot of versions I see. What I mean, because I don't get all into the skin color and everything like that, but what I mean. I grew up watching the Adams Family. What I'm saying. I grew up watching the Adams Family. That was always one of my favorite shows, the Adams Family. Uh, what's that? Coming on the spooky, the Adams Family. Dun, 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 come the spooky, the Adams Family. Yeah, so I grew up watching the Adams Family, like movies like Beetlejuice and stuff like that. But Adams Family was always one of my favorites. Wednesday was always one of my favorites characters of the Adams Family too, though. But this version, I believe, will be dope, really dope to see, though. Uh, I also think too, if they really came out with like an actual horror a movie of the Adams Family, and not maybe just a horror kind of like comedy though. You know what I mean? Because the Adams Family was kind of like a horror comedy, and it wasn't really horror. It was just kind of like a horror comedy. Like had you laughing. It wasn't really no killings or nothing in it, but what I mean. It was just a whole dead family. You know what I mean? That was just real cool to see and probably even kick it with. And if you was around them and stuff like that. But like I said, I used to love the Adams Family growing up, but this version here, man, I think if they made it into an actual horror flick, what I mean, man, it'd be dope though, to see that though. And maybe not even just that though. I just think if even if they do it like how they did the horror comedy with the original Adams Family movie, you know what I mean. But this version, I think, would be dope as far as a horror film. Uh, to me, it would be more like the y'all remember the Tales from the Hood from back in the days. It was like uh, when did it come out? About 96, 97. Tales from the Hood. That's what that would remind me of. What I mean. Something to really get into and watch. You know what I mean. It just really caught my attention. It caught my eye. So I had to make a video on this though because I was like, man, that'd be dope. It's like when they had when they came out with the Little Mermaid, the black version of the Little Mermaid. You know what I mean? When they came out with that, they had all the people like, oh, she's black, she's black, she's black. So it kind of like, it got everybody was excited. So I say a lot of the black culture was excited about that, seeing just uh, somebody not portrayed as white, but you got a black version. You know what I mean? And this black version of Adam's Family, I think, will be dope though. It's just, but it's good to see a lot of our culture taking on certain roles that was only given to white people. You know what I mean? It's good to see us take them roles because it's like, man, that would be dope. That'd be seriously dope though. And like I said, Wednesday was always one of my favorites. But just seeing how they would all be spooked out, you know what I mean? You'd be looking at these people like, man, they look scary as hell though. You know what I mean? So you would actually want to see them movies though. You know what I mean? So hopefully, they'll come out with that version. You know what I mean? We can all watch that stuff, and it depend on how they. But I guess I'll be up for the horror comedy. But I think, me personally, I think they should do the just a straight horror film. You know what I mean? Where they just going, the Addams Family just going a straight killing spree. You know what I mean? But that's just me though, because the way they look on it, it look like they mean business. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna mess with this version of the Addams Family though. You know what I mean? Like I said, since I was a kid though, I grew up watching the Addams Family since they was in black and white. You know what I mean? Even until they came out with the actual movie, The Addams Family, back in the days though. So, uh, I can't remember all the names. Like I said, I remember Wednesday because she was always one of my favorite characters from the Addams Family though. Uh, but like I said, hopefully, what I mean, they give some creative ideas and they start coming up with different people playing, different cultures instead of just white people playing certain roles. They're giving them to the black people now, and then I think it'll draw more to the box office sales too, though. They ticket box offices too, though, because a lot of us kind of in that way will support, and go watch the movie. You know what I mean? Uh, like I said, it's always good to see the black person play the Black Panther and stuff like that, though. So, With them change, with a lot of scenarios being changed, I think it'll make good for some good TV and some good movies. To draw some ticket sales though. So hopefully I'm gonna see. Hopefully they come out with this version of the Adams Family, and I'm gonna be on. I'm gonna be the first one on it, trying to be, you know what I'm saying, see what it's about, see what version they put out here of it. See if they going. What I mean version is they gonna just have a horror comedy, or are they gonna actually make a horror flick, movie like Tales from the Hood back in the days, like I was telling y'all just a little bit ago though. So I just had to put that out there because, like I said, Adams Family was always one of my favorite TV shows growing up, and I even watched the movies and stuff like that. I even think if they came out with a horror flick too with Beetlejuice, because Beetlejuice is kind of like a horror comedy, but if they came out with a horror Beetlejuice movie, man, that'd be dope though. So hopefully, like I said, I keep my eyes open and stuff like that, and hopefully they come out with the version of this version of the Adams Family, and I sure enough gonna be in tune to it until I see y'all hit y'all another one. Legendary Show, y'all be back at y'all another one.